All right, so this pair popped up on New Balance's site on New Year's Day, and I scooped them up immediately because I wanted to see how these looked in hand and in person and on feet. Give you guys my thoughts on this model because it's a new one from New Balance, at least new to me. I know that they dropped a couple of them in 2022, but here's a look at the New Balance 1906R, and this is like the protection pack version that they dropped that they sold through, or I don't know what happened to them, but they had them on their website and then they removed them. So I'm not really sure what happened. Maybe it was an accident. Maybe we'll see them release again. And if we do, I will link them over on Twitter and on Instagram and stuff. So follow me over there if you guys don't already. But these are the shoes if you want to shop. The other ones available on New Balance's website. They do have some other 1906s. I'll link them in the description. And in this video, I wanted to give you guys kind of a review of this model, but also kind of compare it to this one, which is the other version of the same midsole. As you could see, the midsole and the outsole is exactly the same, and the 2002Rs versus the 1906s. So I wanted to give you guys kind of a side-by-side comparison and what is different on the 1906s versus the 2002Rs. And let's go ahead and get into the video. Now, these are both the protection pack versions, which they are a little bit more expensive. I want to say they were $170 or so at retail. I will link both of the regular versions, again, linked in the description. What it says about the product, though, it says, featuring 2000s inspired running style and neutral cushioning, our 2006R men's sneaker is as fashionable as it is comfortable. Absorb and N-ergy cushioning provide a responsive ride, and stability web outsole technology offers superior shock absorption. Crafted with a stylish Nubuck leather and mesh upper for breathable durability. Again, it has the Absorb midsole that absorbs impact through a combination of cushioning and compression resistance, Nubuck leather and mesh upper, stability web outsole technology for added arc support, and N-ergy outsole provides superior shock absorption. Now, the overall fit on these, I would say, is true to size. I do wear a 9.5, and I got 9.5 on both these, the 2002R and the 1906, and both of them fit me just right. So first things first, the upper of this shoe definitely has a really cool feel to it, especially the protection pack version. You can see the protection pack version really just has kind of the premium hairy suede overlays, but then they have the raw edges that extend past the stitching on all of the panels, which is part of the reason why I think a lot of us like the protection pack of what New Balance did in the previous version. So this colorway is new. It's from the year of the rabbit. I posted these when they went live over on New Balance. If you guys saw it on Twitter or Instagram, hopefully you guys caught them. But this is a year of the rabbit colorway. Looks very, very similar to the original colorway, the Rain Cloud one, but it is different. You notice the midsole doesn't have the blue down here like the Rain Cloud version. New Balance and the color gray is just like a perfect color combination though. So whether or not you have the original Rain Cloud or the year of the rabbit versions, these things are super fire. Protection pack version of the New Balance, I think, is one of the ones that sparked this revolution with New Balance, where you could have like a really dope pair that's not a collaboration that instantly sells out and has a pretty nice size cult following, and just a baseline model, not a collaboration. So I thought that was really cool that New Balance actually created some hype around a product just naturally the way that the product ended up releasing. This is my first pair that I actually own from the protection pack, and I gotta say I'm happy that I finally got a pair of them in my arsenal, because the protection pack versions and kind of the raw nature look of them is just really cool with what New Balance is creating. And the 1906R version of the protection pack, I think, looks really, really cool as well. Now, I would say overall, they do look both very, very similar in nature. The midsoles, the outsoles, again, exactly the same. Where there's variance is the heel counter of the shoe has a lot of extra plastic TPU built up around this heel counter, which some people aren't going to like as much as on the 2002Rs, but it definitely looks pretty cool. Then you do have also the ends on the sides of the shoes. You can see there's actually a nylon strap that goes through, that comes up and is actually part of the lace structure on each side of the shoe. So I thought that was kind of a nice detail that they added in as well. So it goes right through two sections of the end to create the lace structure on both sides. And then the overall look of the model does look a little bit more sleek than the 2002R. So if you're looking for something that is not as chunky, I would say that this version is a little bit less chunky than the 2002R. And the other thing that's really different is just the overall panel alignment on both of the shoes. So both of the models have about 3 or 4 layers of different materials throughout the uppers of the shoes. And the main difference is just the way that those panels are laid out over top of the shoe. You do have a mesh underlay on both of the models. It looks very, very similar on both pairs. And then you'd have a couple panels that have some stitched overlays on both of them. I would say that the overall panels on the 1906 reminds me kind of like of a Air Max 96, the way that the panels line up on the sides. The major difference between these two is the tongue. The 2002R has the exposed foam on the tongue, and then the 1906 is like sewn like a normal pair of running shoes. So that is a little bit of a difference. I believe the R in the 2002R and the 1906R is just for running. Oddly enough, though, on the side panel of the shoe, it does say 1906D, not R, so I don't know why the D is there. So which one do I like better? I actually prefer the 2002R a little bit over the 1906. If you like a little bit sleeker look, then the 1906 I think looks really nice. I do like the toe down look of the 1906 better than the 2002Rs, to be honest. But overall, I would actually say that the 2002R version of the protection pack I do like better than the 1906. Just overall visually, for some reason, I do like a little bit of a chunkier look. It seems like the layers of the upper is a little bit more intricate on the 1906 though. So for people that like a little bit like finer details and stuff, the 1906 definitely looks a little bit finer there. And then you do have the extra heel counter support on the 1906. Both of them are comfortable. Both of them fit true to size. If you've never tried the 2002Rs, honestly, it gives you like the best feel of like a retro sneaker that's like modernized on the feet. Like it's just really comfortable, but it's not like New Balance's performance running sneakers where you have the Fresh Foam X or the Fuel Cell, which are both unbelievably good, which I've covered a lot on the channel. This is a different type of comfort. It's a little bit more well-rounded comfort, if you will, where it's like just something where everybody can just wear and not feel too squishy on feet. If you want something a little bit firmer and more stable, then this is definitely something that offers that. If you want something that's extreme squishy, then go Fuel Cell or go Fresh Foam X, and I've done a ton of videos again on all of their other products that are amazing. But all in all, what do you guys think about the 1906? Is it a model that you guys are feeling or not? I do like that they reuse the outsole midsole combination on the 2002. I think that it's a smart reusage of that, and it really gives people an opportunity to try something that looks a little bit different on the upper side of it, but they still maintain the midsole and the integrity of the outsole and everything else that they already created, which is quite good, especially since it's a new model. Something to consider that New Balance is making like retro looking models, but instead they're making new versions. This is something that Nike and Jordan Brand cannot do very well. Like you have Jordan Brand performance sneakers like the 37, 38s, 39s that are coming, and those are performance driven. Then you have the retros like the Air Jordan 1s, 2, 3s, and 4s. Those are all in the same molds and styles as the original products. And if they do a hybrid version of an Air Jordan 2, 3 sort of thing, like people don't like the hybrid. They really tried those a lot and they keep failing whenever they do. So I feel like New Balance really does have a competitive advantage in this space where they can create a new looking model, bring new hype to a model that is not a retro. It's something that is brand new to us consumers out there, but made to look like 2000 or 1990s inspired, and it's something that we really enjoy, and it's something that is a very special place for New Balance to be at, considering they can create something new, create new hype on a new model that looks old. It's a special thing to do, and I think New Balance is crushing it, and they're continuing to do an awesome job. What do you guys think about the 1906s though, 2002s? I like both of these models. Both of them are super nice, comfortable, and happy to see an extension of the 2002R in the 1906. But if you guys want to buy variations of either of these that they have available on New Balance's site, as well as shop any of the New Balance Made in the USA collection, I'll link all of that stuff in the description. Take you over to New Balance's site, and you guys can go check that out. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching the video. Hope you guys have found it informative. Much appreciated, and have a good rest of the day. Hopefully we'll see you back for some more content soon. All right, peace guys.